You know, I used to wish this game would get a sequel, and I used to wish that Sonic Team would return to the series. However, knowing how bad Knight's Journey of Dreams was, I may wish that they don't. But I do wish that this game wasn't so damn irritating, and I wish that I didn't replay it. Back in the early 80s, when Mario was running and jumping on turtles as if he were on some sort of hallucinogenic fungus, Sega knew that they needed a new mascot to compete. As Alex Kidd, a monkey-looking mutant child that would play rock, scissors, or paper with tremendous hands, and gee, I wonder where he got those from, just wasn't going to cut it. So they ditched hairy palms and made a rabbit that would throw things with his ears because I guess his hands were already occupied. But as the game got faster, they realized that their spunky rabbit wasn't going to hit people in the face like they thought. So being the sexually repressed closeted furries that they are, Sonic Team made the rabbit a hedgehog because fuck rabbits. Then one day, while huffing glue and eating paint chips, someone at Sonic Team said, "Hey, let's go back to the rabbit that threw things for the Genesis." Then the one person with a voice of reason said, "It's 1995, the Genesis is dead. We should be making games for the Saturn." That person was probably murdered for having the one shred of intelligence that Sonic Team so desperately needs. However, being desperate for ideas and strangling the last bit of imagination they had because even they knew that Sonic 3D Blast was a bad one, they made Ristar, a game about a star who could stretch his arms like Mr. Fantastic. Well, now I see where they got their idea for Sonic Unleashed, another game that should have been Restrained instead. The game went through several name changes, being called Ristar, then Ristar the Shooting Star, and finally Deckstar. Then they realized that they hit the bong too much and went back to Ristar. Shitstar, like all games made in Japan back in the 16-bit age, was given a different story when it came to America. Really, why can't we keep things consistent? Because whatever was stated in the manual and what was done in the game never really coincided with each other, which usually confused our 10-year-old minds. Anyway, in Japan, a guy named Greedy, of course they had to choose a childish name like that because names like Enron, Adelphia, and Martha Stewart were already taken. And his plans are, you guessed it, take over the galaxy.
Rule the galaxy.
So the leaders of the planets pray for a hero, and the Star Goddess wakes up one of her children to grant their wishes. In the American story, there is no god, you know, just like in real life. The people contact the legendary hero, and the L and H are capitalized, therefore it's a proper name, and therefore he changed his name to Legendary Hero purely because he's an egomaniac. But Legendary Hero has been kidnapped by the bad guy, and Bitch Star answers the call. Seriously, what kind of legendary hero gets kidnapped? There's 6 planets, 2 stages per planet, and each has a boss stage. Gameplay is a platform game like nearly every single game on the Genesis, so what'd you expect? C jumps, B grabs, and A also jump. I'm really glad that I know that I have options of what I can do. You get 4 hit points, and they're designed as stars. And you lose them pretty quick as the game likes to make sure that you only have 1 star throughout the level. Apparently enemies can project an aura that hurts you as you can be a foot away and get killed as if the game is saying you don't need all those extra lives. And Cunt Star doesn't like diagonals and would rather throw a tantrum than reach for anything diagonally above him. So you'll mostly be reaching out vertically or horizontally most of the time to smash your face into the enemies. I'm starting to think that our hero is a few stars short of a constellation. The music and sound effects are the equivalent to being fucked in the ear with a condom made out of sandpaper. The music sounds like it was recorded over the phone, while the sound effects are the ever-screeching sounds of a dial-up modem, or they're just recycled sounds from past Sonic games. Graphics are that of a child who ate their finger paint and regurgitated back onto the canvas. It's also sickeningly sweet looking that it's capable of giving you diabetes. And when you beat the bad guy, of course he gets away. Or at least it appears that way, as you can't tell as things go to shit in his base. And Dickstar reunites with his father, who's fucking huge. He's so fucking big that he could have stepped on the bad guy. How the fuck did he get kidnapped? What is this, Gulliver's Travel? Was he just asleep and they tied him down? Let me conclude this review by proposing a different ending to you guys. On his way to the first planet, Ristar gets sucked into the gravity well of a nearby sun. Game over.